What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is StanProGamer, and EA and Dice unveils its maps and game modes are going to be coming to Battlefield 1 on October 21st when it's released. In this video here, we're going to be talking about the 9 maps that EA and Dice unveils and game modes as well. One of the first maps is Ballroom Blitz, and of course it's a ballroom. I'm going to read here a brief summary of all of these maps. This one is, quote, join the final offensive along the Meuse River in 1918. Here, fierce fighting in trench lines is quickly replaced by the untouched beauty beyond hell. A massive French chateau, previously home to officers beyond the rear lines, is now the scene for a battle with both tanks and flamethrowers. The chandeliers are shaken from the barrage as the American forces push the final railway hub at the edge of this map. Alright, so we know this is a ballroom blitz. As you guys heard there, previously was a home to officers. There's gonna be a lot of luxurious stuff here, a lot of nice windows and all this, and then by the time we get done with this ballroom, the ballroom is going to be destroyed. I bet you that. There's gonna be tanks and flamethrowers, as you guys see it here. The chandeliers are probably gonna be coming down because it says chandeliers are shaken from the barrage as the American forces push to the final railway hub at the edge of this map. Definitely a map looking forward to play. And moving on, so this one here is a forest and it's called Argonne. Quote, the shadowy depths of the Argonne forest is in the scene for some of the most brutal close-quarter combat in Battlefield 1. The world inside this forest features a devious defensive setups combined with a labyrinth of bunkers and machine gun nests, camouflage field guns firing at point-blank range, stormtroopers clearing out bunkers with gas, and the best use of sharpened shades will determine who owns the depths of this forest. Heroes are forged surviving the intensity of this infantry focused map. So as you guys read it, there is one of the most brutal close quarter combat maps in Battlefield 1. Saying I don't think there's going to be a lot of vehicles in this map, like heavy vehicles like tanks. As you guys see at the end, it says intensity of this infantry focused map, so it's mostly focused on infantry. Best believe there's going to be a lot of snipers here, camouflaging. You guys already know the deal. I'm not really like a big fan of tanks and stuff, so this one here is mostly focused on infantry, which I think is good for myself. And don't worry guys, there's 9 maps here, so one of these are probably going to suit to how you play. So the third map is FAO Fortress. Join one of the earliest ambitious landings of the Great War as the British Empire struggles to secure the oil of the AL Fall Peninsula. The majestic ornament fortress of FAO guards. The entrance is not a fawning uncontested. Here you will fight through marshlands and dunes, over bridges and shallow coves. The assault finally enters the ancient fortress itself. The quest for oil begins here. The dreadnought need to feed. So this one's pretty cool. Let's probably start from the rocks, work ourselves to the beach, then to the water, and then to the fortress. And the whole story that goes with it just gives it life. So this fourth map here, Suez, quote, a struggle for the most vital supply lines of World War I. Even though it was considered impossible, the Ottomans crossed the desert of Sinai and threatened the canal. Join the fight by the banks of the Grand Canal and make tactical use of the dunes. Fight through the shallow defenses with field guns or mortars through the outskirts of Katana and into the deep desert beyond. So that one sounds interesting. Moving on to the fifth map, the St. Quentin Scar overview. A massive attack on the scared battlefields of northern France as part of the Kaiser battle. The German army throws everything they have to try to break through the British lines. Prepare for a truly cataclysmic assault as we push through the trenches of St. Quentin Scar. Be the first soldier to break through the fortified lines and assault the pristine village of Travesty, untouched by the war until now. As you guys can see, there's planes going over. It looks like it's going to be a lot of air fight here. And of course, the sixth map, you guys already know this one, the Sinai Desert. This was one of the main maps in Battlefield 1 beta. The one with the desert has a nice breeze. The sand looks legit. Everything looks good on this. The graphics on this map looks amazing. I'm not gonna read that one because most of you guys already know that map from Battlefield beta. Lastly but not least, we have this one here, Amiens or Amiens. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Whoa, a destructive clash in a majestic city fight on the street and square in French city of Amiens. During the German spring offensive, a struggle in crumbling alleys, a courthouse around bridges and railways railways, where British and the German desperately seeks to control the depth of the city. So as you guys read it here, this is a city in French that Germans and French are desperately seeking to control the depth of the city. So you're gonna be able to go inside houses, buildings, etc. Our next map, Monte, Grappa. Quote, take part in one of the final battles among the peaks of the kings in the Venetian Alps, high up above the clouds. A desperate fight for control of the mountains of forts are challenging even to the toughest soldiers. Utilize the massive fort cannons to stop advancing enemy as they scale the mountainside up here in this furious struggle. The Austro-Hungarian Empire hold the upper hand, but the Italian army won't stop until they have taken back what's theirs. And we're gonna have to take back what I said about the last map. As you guys see here, this one's definitely up in the mountains. It even hints it here as well, high up above the clouds. A desperate fight for a control of the mountain forts are challenging even to the toughest soldiers. You guys see the airplanes just fighting intensively for control. This one definitely looks amazing. I can't wait to try it. And our last one, the Empire Edge. Quote, along the Adriatic coast, a fierce struggle for the land and life is taking place. A rugged but fortified shore becomes the battlefield for an empire under siege. What was once a beautiful Mediterranean village by the coast is now transformed by a mechanized war where waves and dreadnought battleships pounds the remain of the Italy's Great War. So as you guys can see here, this is mostly on water, so you're definitely going to see a lot of combat in battleships. And the map that was in beta was in the desert. There was no water there, so we don't know what kind of ships there's going to be in Battlefield 1. I can't wait for them to release that information. And as a bonus, on December there's going to be another map. It's going to be the 10th map, and it's going to be called the Giant Shadow. So this map right here will be coming to Battlefield 1 as part of a free update map, so you guys don't have to worry about that one. And of course, the game modes, the usually one for every first-person shooter: Conquest, Domination, Operations, Rush, and then War Pigeons, which I think War Pigeons is essentially capture the flag. They're probably going to show how it looks. And remember guys, Battlefield 1 is due to come out October 21st. This game is definitely a game to get. Like I said in my last video, I think it's worth the $60. I'm not sure how much is the season pass. Of course, they're going to come out with a season pass for this. I'm going to leave the link in the description for the Battlefield website so you guys can see the maps there. And if you guys enjoy this informative video, make sure to slap that like button. It's always appreciated. And my name is StanProGamer, and I'll catch you guys on my next video. Peace.